I've never met the Divine. You think that was really her?
Well, I have no idea. If it's a spirit, it's not acting like one. No demon would have been so helpful without asking something in return.
And the nightmare? From what she said, I don't look forward to meeting it.
Sounds like it preys on fear. Stealing people's memories. That's low, even for a demon. Memories make us what we are. A monster that takes them away. I don't want to think about that.
After what it did to my fellow Wardens, I pray we find some way to strike it down.
Well, if that does one thing, it at least proves what we've kind of been feeling all along, where this is not some holy intervention and we're not, you know, a descendant of the Maker. We're not, nothing's like special, really. A letter written in a shaking hand. The question is why were we there in the first place now? Son, by the time you read this, the Darkspawn poison will have claimed me. We gave all at Starkhaven and we bought time for the Wardens to slay the Archdemon. But when I smelled the corruption in my wound, I knew I would not live to see you again. Fearfist will want men to search the battlefield. He sees Starkhaven as rising to greatness, and the weapons of 100 dead Grey Wardens lying unclaimed on the ground will help him conquer the free marches. You must refuse. The battlefield is soaked in poison, and no speech, no bullying, no taunts about cowardice can change that. Anything that roams the battlefield will now die. Now will die. Stall him however you must and watch the crows. The birds have a good sense to fear the blight. When you see them gather, then you will know that the poison is gone and it is safe to search the battlefield for trinkets to satisfy Fearus. I will not be here to guide you, son, so you must learn from the crows. They watch patiently and they let their fear keep them alive. Please, I beg you, watch the crows. Do the same. What else? Oh.
We have a visitor.
Who
Some
the hell?
foolish little boy comes to steal the fear I kindly lifted from his soul.
Who is this talking?
You should have thanked me and left your fear where it lay, forgotten. You think the pain will make you stronger. What fool filled your mind with such drivel? The only one who grows stronger from your fears is me. But you are a guest here in my home, so by all means let me return what you have forgotten.
Okay, this is creepy.
I expected worse.
These foes are likely but servants of the true demon.
Pity.
Where's this leading us? Whoa! The Claws of Dumat. Master unveiled a new altar. It stands higher than a man, like a great statue. The great spikes jut out from its length, hungry for blood. Master calls it the Claw of Dumat and says that the altar will help bring Tevinter to glory. I praised it as was expected, and Master smiled. It was good to see him smile again. He has been fearful of late, vexed by the loss of followers. He has met with the other priests, and in secret. I have heard them discussing ways to return the people of Tevinter to the ways of the old gods, as is only just. He spoke to me later in the day and asked that I call him Corypheus, as it was the name he would take for himself after a ritual. Master, now Corypheus, told me that my people, that elves of old, were tied to the Fade, and in order to carry out the will of Dumat, he would need to call upon the magic that lives in our blood. Corypheus told me to gather all of the elven servants and bring them to the western hall of our home at midnight. That is the hall where Claw of Dumat is now kept. There are shackles across the top of the great altar and pools lined with runes beneath the claws. I sent my wife and children away, but have not warned the others. A few I may save. If I tried to save us all, we would only be killed in some other way, and others would die in our place. Master once laughed and joked. He could be stern, but he was not a cruel man. The weakening of the temples brought fear into his heart, and that fear has changed him. The cuts upon his arms are deeper and longer where he used his blood magic more often. He speaks to his wife little. He listens only to the voices in his dreams. It is almost midnight. The claw of Dumat, great and spiked and merciless, is all my mind can see. I must gather the others. My family is safe. Corypheus will take me, but not those I love. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work out the way he's thinking. Okay, we found a fear. It's flowers. The freeholder. I watched the blight take my land. I had nowhere to go. I tended the fields as I had, even as my flock died and my family sickened, my body racked by pains and chills. I saw too late the poison that had crept into the land. In my fever dreams, a sickness covered this whole world, and I wept in fear for my family killed with my foolish pride. Show me that this world survives. Show me that the poison does not take everything. Doesn't take everything. What the hell is this thing? Let's keep going. Dexterity +1. There's all these bonuses, but...
Be ready! I'm guessing those aren't friendly either!
Oh, God. Let's check these out. Immunity panicked. Spirit vulnerability. Well...
What's this?
Okay, we're gonna have to clear out a few things here because we've got way too much junk now. Let's destroy this. And check our weaponry. Get rid of a bunch of the basics that we're not using. We can get rid of the chopper. We find those all the time. Let's see. These are things I guess we could be wearing instead of the magic, but let's give him an amulet to wear. He's got the bleed. Varric's got cooldown. Instead of the healing, let's give him health. Oops. Are there any doubles that we don't need? Which ring is he wearing right now? Armor penetration, that's good. We could give focus gain bonus instead. We can maybe use willpower for us. I'm actually not sure how Constitution factors in. Let's give him Constitution. Okay, that one's fine. Let's go back up this way. Or down. Excerpt from a journal. I went to Deventer when I was a child. I remember dragon statues everywhere, big ones. I shivered as I walked between them, afraid they were going to bite me or breathe fire. My parents hushed me and told me the magisters like the dragons as a sign of their power. Dragons are beasts, mindless, terrible. The archdemon that comes with each blight is an offense to the maker. We know all these things, but the magisters don't care. It is the same with the mages. So much danger, so much power in hands not ready for it, and the mages only wish to celebrate themselves. The magisters are what the mages of Ferelden and Orlais want to be. Our rulers holding us in terror so that we wonder if they will bite as we walk by them. I joined the Templars to keep such mages under control. I've killed many since the rebellion we all saw coming. Now the Divine wishes us to meet them at the Conclave and give them a chance to make peace. I will go, I will smile, but if the dragon statue looks ready to bite, I will strike first. I am not a child, and I will not be afraid. Pretty much everything we found down here is from unnamed.
Did you think anything you ever did mattered? You couldn't even save your city. How could you expect to strike down a god? Merrow will die, just like your family, and everyone you ever cared about.
Of course, a fear thing. Smaller fears, I would wager. Scavenging whatever the nightmare leaves behind.
And they take the form of spiders. Something so many fear.
Spiders? That is not what I saw.
What did you see?
The demons look different to each of us. Personalized
really?
little terrors.
Wonderful.
That's crazy. The birth of fear in an elegant script. You're too young to worry, my child. Write your worries down here. All your fears are smaller once you've defined them. Listen in a child's shaky hand. What if Darkspawn come back? Father said one day he'll die. Darkspawn underground, Darkspawn under our house, Darkspawn coming up from the basement. The sun will die. Black bits on bread could be blight. Getting sick and dying from blight. Grey Warden's coming to make Father go back. Father dying fighting Darkspawn. Dark patch of Father's arm that he hides from Mother. Father says he hears music. From a letter laying near a cluster of spider eggs.
The nightmare is closer now. It knows you seek escape. With each moment, it grows stronger. We cannot tarry long.
Okay, tell me what's going on here.
So can you tell me who, what you are?
I told you. I am helping you.
Yes, but are you her, or some kind of fade remnant of her, or a spirit imitating her?
Our world is never that simple. What if the answer is none of those things? Or all of them? I
Come
am
on,
what
Divine.
the Maker made me. The question is, are you what the Maker made you, Inquisitor?
Seems like I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Or perhaps you were precisely where you were meant to be.
Just as the Maker intended,
I mean,
suppose.
you can interpret it in a lot of different
You
ways.
still haven't answered my question. What are you?
I am what you see. All other answers rest in you.
And this is like, because we're in the Fade, right? So everything is, I believe, like a projection of my thoughts.
So all of this is just a dream? Part of the Fade?
It is not just a dream. The minds of mankind are made real here. Their hopes, their loves, and their fears. What changes their world also changes this one. And yours are footsteps that move mountains in both. Tread carefully, Inquisitor. This ground is more treacherous than you know.
I'd like to know more about the nightmare.
It is not simply fear. It is the terror you cannot remember, the horror your mind erases to protect you. When old memories no longer make the veteran soldier's hand tremble, it is because the nightmare has taken them. Most people avoid their fears. It is simple for the demon to steal the darkest fragments. They forget, and it feeds. Corypheus has helped it grow monstrous.
It makes people forget the worst parts of their fears. It almost sounds like the nightmare is helping people.
Perhaps it was once. But now, it helps none but Corypheus. By his hand, it creates more fear and grows even stronger. In any case, robbing people of their fears is never a kindness. At best, it is a mistake born of compassion. Without fear and pain and failure, we cannot learn. We cannot grow, as you cannot grow until you recover all that was taken from you.
Tell me why you're here. Why take part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help.
Tell me why you're here.
Little
Why
Crashy Poo,
take
we're back.
part in this?
After heaven, I hid here. I watched quietly, learned what I could, and searched for some way to help. And then you came.
I don't know what that means.
Corypheus and a nightmare do an injustice to the world. You must stop them. Perhaps you were meant to stop them. Perhaps that is why I am here.
You must know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
As must you. The answer
Just
lies
tell
in
us.
your memories, lost
Yeah, we have
to
to-
the
okay.
nightmare when you last walked the Fade.
Or you could just tell me.
Will you trust my words? Trust what you have seen.
What can you tell me about this mark on my hand?
You already know how the mark came to be upon your hand. As for what it is the needle that pulls the thread, as well as the key.
I don't understand.
It is the needle that passes through the veil, as little else can. You are the thread, and it is the key that locks or unlocks the door to the Fade. It lets you walk in the Fade physically, and survive. Without it, Corypheus must find
Which
another
is
way to the Black City.
What we're doing
It
right
is part
now.
of you now, and cannot be removed without your death.
So this could get us
keep
access to this Black City as well. Very interesting. Okay. Get this one up here.
Keep running!
Go!
Breach back in Haven. That's how I escaped.
I remember the spiders.
The demon!
Keep running! It was you. They thought it was Andraste sending me from the Fade, but it was the Divine behind me. And then she died.
Yes.
So this creature is simply a spirit.
I think we all knew that was the case, Warden.
I am sorry if I disappoint you.
you a memory of the divine? A reflection?
If that is the story you wish to tell, it is not a bad one.
What we do know is that the mortal divine perished at the temple, thanks to the Grey Wardens.
As I said, the Grey Wardens responsible for that crime were under the control of Corypheus. We can discuss this further once we return to Adamant.
Yes, Adamant, where the Inquisition faces an army of demons raised by the Wardens.
How dare you judge us? You tore Kirkwall apart and started the Mage Rebellion.
To protect innocent mages, not madmen drunk on blood magic. Even without the influence of Corypheus, the Wardens go too far. They need to be checked.
What are you saying? You want to get rid of the Wardens? Everyone makes mistakes. They would have died to save us.
They might still be useful. What if Corypheus conjures another blight? You never know.
I don't know what to tell you. There are a few good ones, but an awful lot of the Wardens I've known went crazy.
Man, this is a tough one.
Sweet Maker, could both of you please shut up? We can argue once we've escaped from the giant fear demon.
Inquisitor.
Oh, you're kidding.
The nightmare has found us.
Form up! I'm with you.
This is bad. This is gonna be bad. Okay, you know what? We can actually clear these relatively easy, I think. Yep, that'll do.
I suppose we should follow the divine. Whatever she is our way out.
So this is pretty much confirmation that she did die and that we are following a spirit, which we kind of knew early on. But, we don't exactly know a whole lot else. Okay, the fears of the dreamers. I joined the Wardens to serve in glory. No blade could touch me, nor any claw pierce my armor. Still, I was fated by joining to die. Alone in the deep roads, calling in my mind, I sat by the last campfire I could see, allowing myself one last night of terror and cursed the fate that brought me here. Let it be my choice to have served and died. Let it be nobility rather than the dread hand of fate. Destroy my destiny and let this be my decision. Okay, what's the clue? Letter in the child's simple writing. The door's open, Mother said to run. She said the Darkspawn were coming. She wanted me to go. The door's open, it was closed when I left. She said she would be right behind me. She said not to come back no matter what. The lamps are lit all over the village, even during the day, to see through the smoke. Mother should be here by now, but the door's open. I'm going to look inside. Oh.
Might be...
Warden Stroud, how must it feel to devote your whole life to the Wardens, only to watch them fall? Or worse, to know that you were responsible for
Hold on.
their destruction. When the next blight comes, will they curse your name?
With the Maker's blessing, we'll end this vengeance.
Damn it. So now he's addressing Stroud. That's kind of interesting. I guess these could be symbolic, too, of the crows that we saw, or that we read about earlier. Not these ones, but those previous ones. I don't know if they are crows, but...
Do you think you can fight me? I am your every fear come to life. I am the veiled hand of Corypheus himself. The demon army you fear, I command it. They are bound all through me.
Ah, so if we banish you, we banish the demons. Thank you. Every fear come to life.
Oh, God. I mean, he's obviously leading us. Wow, and I mean, that could be said too of Justinia. She's clearly leading us. Perhaps this is not a favorable manifestation of her either. We don't know. Could work out either way.